So, hello, sir. I hope you're doing good today.
Yes, yes. Thank you.
So, we are grateful to have you at the Eurasia Research chat session today. And now we will be starting with the question. And before starting with the question, I would like to introduce you to the viewers of this chat session. That is Neeraj Kumar Sachdev, who is Assistant Professor of Philosophy and in the Department of Humanities and Social Science from Birla Institute of Technology and Science, Pilani, Rajasthan. The topic that he has presented in our conference is Unraveling the Ambiguities in CSR in the Business World, a Professional Ethics Perspective. So, sir, as you have presented this topic, unraveling the ambiguities in the understanding of CSR in the business world, a professional ethics perspective. Can you please explain your research in a nutshell?
Madam, actually, I'm teaching professional ethics as a course to my students here who come from different background, engineering, science, and they are required to do 3 humanities courses in the institute for their degree program. And there is a pool of more than 30 courses from humanities. And professional ethics that I teach, that is one course. The other course that I'm teaching, that is applied philosophy. And CSR is a topic in professional ethics course that I have been teaching, and it's a mutual learning. Whatever they are that way asking and that way contributing, whatever I am able to contribute with the help of text material and my own reflection on that. So that is somewhere growing up because now I'm into my 26th year of this teaching. So what I do, I take the that way topic generally from my teaching and I take it to the level of research. So I was always that way interested in CSR also as a subject. And somewhere I was facing certain confusions, ambiguities in the that way understanding of CSR as a topic. And the students were also that way contributing that this is not clear, that is not clear. So there are like, because on the one side you are saying CSR is good as an ethical initiative, and on the other side you are saying no, managers should not be doing CSR, they are employed for profit only. So that kind of conflict was always there, that was creating ambiguity, that as a business manager, should I be really doing CSR, or should I be simply caring for profit of my company? So somewhere perceptual ambiguity or definitional ambiguity or maybe argumentative ambiguity, that was indicating that particular fundamental conflict. So somewhere then I kept on studying, talking to them, and then I could that way finally do some part of it and present in the conference in the form of presenting that set of ambiguities, and then suggesting that with the help of study material and thinking and contribution of students, then I somehow talked to the people in the conference on 10th July this last month in Bangkok, where it was a matter of exposure that I could talk to them and talk about that, that yes, there can be a solution to that also, that if a manager is caring for all the stakeholders instead of only shareholders who are constituting only one group of stakeholders, if he is caring for all stakeholders, employees, customers, local community, then definitely that can be a proper approach to CSR that can help him to overcome the conflict or the ambiguities also. So then in brief, that is what I was just trying to do. And anyway, any research for that matter is continuing, so maybe something more will be coming in the future also.
Definitely. So, thank you so much for sharing the research in a nutshell. And it was really interesting to know all these factors. Also, now I would like to ask that what were the main challenges that you faced during your research journey?
Madam, the challenge is something like um, I have to work at 3 levels as a faculty. I have to work for the students as a teacher, I have to work as a researcher, then I have to work as an employee for certain, because all employees are contributing to the working of the institute also in different capacities. So then somewhere the challenge is that how to really balance all the three sets of responsibilities, because I have to do research also, then I have to work for the institute also, then I have to teach students also. So it's, and then apart from that, I have to be that way caring for myself and my family also. So that is also always posing a challenge, that how to really maintain that balance. It is always a challenge. Even in my 26th year, I'm still taking it as a challenge, that because if I do something for this, then that part is always there to take care of. So that is one. The other challenge that I may mention is that um, how to really accommodate what students are saying into your research, because I am always interested in carrying forward the teaching work into the research work. That is somewhere I am always interested. So how to really, it's always a challenge how to really accommodate the observations which are coming from engineering students, science students. They are saying something for CSR, for example. I have to now accommodate that in my research work. How I have to look for answers to their queries, which can be answered in my research, and I can go back to them and maybe that way deal with them better. The somehow coming together of my teaching and research. So that is somewhere the challenge that I always face, and somewhere that way I maybe sometime I enjoy also, like that it should be there.
That's really true. And I think every researcher would relate to these challenges. So thank you so much for sharing your views. Now, as there are so many challenges during your research journey, there must have been some motivation that kept you going. So I
Hmm.
would like to ask that motivation so that the viewers of this chat session could also be benefit.
Motivation, if I philosophically begin with, the motivation is that I get to learn something more. I get to learn something new. That is always a motivation for me, because learning itself is a matter of pleasure, that you feel more comfortable you in your that way approach in your thinking. And then second motivation is that I am able to respond to the students better. That is always a motivation for me, that I want to go back to students as a better person, as a better researcher, as a better teacher. So that is always a motivation, that it's somewhere I am thinking for that always.
So thank you so much for sharing your motivation as well. That was great that learning is always a pleasure.
Yes, yes.
It's a really true fact. Now, there are so many young researchers that you might have also interacted with. And I would like to ask what advice you would like to give them as they have just started based on your experiences and insights.
First of all, I would be saying that yes, young researchers are doing really well, because they are appearing to be more updated. They are more that way eager to learn. They are always eager to participate, and that way do well. But still, like if I say something to them, that yes, nowadays with the advancement of technology, they should not be over dependent on technology, because sometimes like for example, you can enjoy reading a hard copy of a book also, instead of all the time reading from a screen. You should be reading from the book also, but that will give you a different maybe experience altogether, and a different pleasure of learning also. And then the second thing that I have also noted, and I was talking to my daughter who is into MA clinical psychology, and she is also a young researcher. Sometime we discuss, and we were sharing the point that the young lot is generally focusing on the recent research as far as possible. Maybe in the last 5 years, what has gone, on the basis of that, they try to produce something in their research. It's good to be updated. It's good to be that way sticking to the updated thing. But we were discussing that there is always a need to go back in the past also, because we should not be shying away from what has gone in the remote past. What Aristotle was saying, what Sigmund Freud was saying. We love discussing Sigmund Freud, me and my daughter sometime, going back in the remote past and then making use of that in your current research instead of focusing all the time on the very, that way latest research only that has gone, and then you focus on that and produce your research based upon that. I would be saying that try to go back as far as possible and try to dig deeper also for your maybe better outcome of learning and better outcome of your research.
Okay.
That is what I would like to convey
Thank you so much.
to the young researchers.
Yes. It's really nice to hear that you have conveyed a message that you have given at your own home to all the young researchers here. And I would like to ask that you have attended our conference as well. So, what would be a positive feedback that you would like to share with us?
Madam, in fact, it was my fourth that way presentation in Eurasia Research sponsored conference. Uh, like two times I have done it online, Seoul, South Korea, and then Bali, Indonesia. I couldn't go. I just managed online. I was given the permission because it was like that mode that both options were there. Then before that, I had gone long back to this Malaysia also myself, physically attending that happened. And this time in July, I could go for the fourth time to Bangkok, Thailand. It is always a matter of that way pleasure of listening to scholars, researchers from different parts of the world who are speaking in different areas of humanities and social sciences. It is always a matter of learning. It's always a matter of exposure, listening to people from so many different parts of the world. Like in this time, if I remember, when I was there in Bangkok, people were there from Thailand, China, Malaysia, Germany, USA, Japan. So it was really a matter of that way learning that people are speaking about their research in their areas of humanities and social sciences, speaking something that is happening in my teaching in Japan, or something happening in the agriculture sector in Thailand. So those things were really, sometimes they are giving to you altogether a different exposure. Definitely, it's a matter of great learning, and I would definitely be thanking Dr. Charles also, that he's the organizer, who is interacting in the email and helping to organize so many things. And then I would be thanking Dr. Patama also, who was chairing the session this time and organizing the whole event. She was from Thailand, and she also presented herself, her work also. But then she was so helpful in so many things, and then she ensured that we were able to that way given we were able to speak properly in the turn that was allocated. We were given that help also for everything, in fact for food also, for this and that. In fact, I remember that when my that way food was not there, she offered her food to me, that let me wait for the food, more will come, you take this. So you remember such gestures also, that such a kind, and well-known researchers, when they behave as good organizers also. So it's always a matter of, that way you feel good about it, that you feel like going back to such conferences again and again, when such kind of atmosphere is provided by, that way such platforms. So I once again thank Dr. Charles, like, for giving to me this kind of opportunity, and I would be definitely going in future also that way. It's always definitely looking forward to.
Thank you so much for sharing such good experience with us. And we are really thankful for you to join our conferences consistently. And we are looking forward to see you at our upcoming conferences as well. And lastly, I would like to thank you for sharing your experience with us. And we are really grateful to have you. And it would be really great to see you at our upcoming conferences as well. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, madam. Thank you for your time. God bless. God bless.
Thank